Hello, welcome back to NoCritsGiven. You'll probably notice that we are once again in a very different looking place as we keep moving from home to try and figure out where is best for us. Welcome back to Deadfire, A New Dawn, episode 6, I believe, right? 6?
6.
We are well into the story now. My name is Ben, I'm your Dungeon Master, and joining me around the table, as always, we're going to go this way. Josh Hames. Luke Jackson.
Hello.
Lloyd Curtis. Jamie Docherty. What's your name? Joe Smith. Joe Smith, everyone. Thank you for joining us once again to carry on the story, to follow our band of pirates as they go on this adventure that they find themselves on. In our last episode, the team... We started off with the crew being fractured and divided as Cauld and Matryn went to war against each other, repeatedly missing punches on each other. And
I got quite a lot in.
Yeah, he took me halfway down. While raging.
I think they probably would have fought to the death if it hadn't been some quick thinking by Typhus, who had come back from reading by the sea to intervene. And then the authority of Captain Zho-Zho bringing an end to the combat between the two. Meanwhile, tucked up nicely in his bed, Chiron had a lovely sleep and a lovely dream where he was confronted by a... how to describe it? A godlike being, a extraplanar, extra-dimensional entity who demanded that he commit his life to her in return for the powers to take him forward. He gladly made that deal, jumping off of a cliff, waking up back in his tent where all the drama had subsided and finished. Always to the party on time. The next morning, our guys went to see Carver La Roux, who told them exactly what they needed to know about the chest. The chest revealed itself to be holding a spyglass, which seemed to be drawn, almost automatically attuned to Typhus. And then on their way back into the city, they were called over by Captain Carl Roux and implored not to go down to the beach, where 3 or 4 ships from the Obsidian Federation had landed in the port, with their leader declaring that they were here to not only take control of Rockcliffe Bay, but also looking for the crew of the New Dawn. Did I miss anything, guys? Is that where we're at?
I missed a really some emotional bit where I was crawling on my hands and knees towards Cauld. You missed that bit. I thought that was quite important.
So, did you want me to detail every single thing that happened in the previous episode?
Blow by blow. It's not in last episode.
Did you? Were you not in the last episode?
Oh yeah, I was. Oh yeah.
Matryn did crawl on his hands and knees towards Cauld, begging for forgiveness.
And giving his life.
And to be fair, he did offer his life up if that was going to ease Cauld's suffering. We are going to jump back in as the crew are stood with Captain Carl Roux in a back alley in the city, as they are now going to... Well, it's up to them. You've got the Obsidian Federation in force on the beach, on that raised platform, having declared that they are here to find you. You have also been implored by Captain Carl Roux not to engage them in battle, but instead to try and make it to the New Dawn, which is now anchored just off the east side of the island. What do you want to do?
I think it's what Captain says.
So, standing, everyone around him, Carl Roux and his crew. Sort of an impromptu, in the moment. We're not on the ship. We're not in our council quarters, but Zho-Zho would like to ask everyone for their input. So we'll,
Huddle up.
Huddle up. Yeah, come on, boys, let's go.
I mean, it's Super Bowl time.
Oh, it's Super Bowl. We're British, we don't care, but Josh quite likes the Super Bowl. So
Zho-Zho would like to just. Does anyone have any ideas?
I have one. Looking at Karen.
I was about to say, what, you're looking at me?
If you don't mind taking on a slightly smaller form, I can cast a fog cloud, and if you don't mind scouting ahead and communicating with me, we can have quite a dense cover.
I don't think that should be the way. I think we face these head on. We go straight
Why
on.
are you punching?
It's just air. It's just air.
Luther.
I feel like we should take these head on and go for the fight and take all these rat bastards out.
We should just try talking to them. To see if we can let us go past.
Cauld, they've already said we can't go past. They want to arrest us.
Yeah, but if we talk our way out of it, I mean, surely they've got...
Are you good at talking your way out of things?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Carol's with
Not
us.
for me.
Chiron is with you. He also offered a distraction. He offered his crew to go and intercept the Obsidian Federation to allow you to get away.
Well, it's just a misunderstanding, surely.
Cauld? No.
While these two are
Bickering.
doing what they're doing,
And all of us to
Like 180 completely.
Yeah. talk to Caron.
Mm-hmm.
Not to cause you offence or dishonour, my old friend. But can I ask for you to lend us a hand in making sure that we get to our ship safely?
Calroon, with a sort of wry smile. He's not sailed in a long time ago, so he doesn't really get a chance to cross swords and stuff. He will say, as mentioned, dear friend, me and the boys are happy to run interference for you. And he will turn he will turn to his crew with a loud sort of, I'm not going to make the noise, but a loud sort of, his trunk is, what's trumpeting of his trunk is that?
Yeah.
Calling his forces into line as they get the attention of the people on the beach, and they will charge towards them.
I was going to do it then.
What was going to do?
I
What?
was going to do the trumpet.
No, I'm not doing it.
At the charge of the Light Brigade.
Can I quickly speak to Chiron and Zho-Zho?
You can, but you're running out of time.
Are we starting moving yet?
Is this the moment that you want me to lay my life in front of to make sure that everyone escapes?
In fact, Captain, I might have a better idea. If we need to move fast.
We do not have much time. We've got Caron and his men. Let's go.
Let's move east and talk.
Go, 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 go.
I was just going to say, what I can do is I can conjure us some mounts so we can move a lot quicker than on foot.
Perfect, let's go.
Mount up.
Let's move it.
So yeah, what I'll do is I'll use conjure animals. I can conjure 4 half CR
Yeah.
horses,
Okay.
and that's them, and I can just transform into one myself.
Okay. Not gonna let anyone ride you, but you'll run alongside happily. So you do that. You conjure your. What does your magic look like now after your visit from us?
It'll be very I think nature oriented, a lot of greens and stuff, but there'll be probably twinklings of little spikes of electricity running through it now. So it's got a bit of.
So as you cast your spell, you see sort of almost a small storm appear before you, but not like in the traditional dark colours, but with them greens in the clouds that you say. And as the wind picks up, you see various leaves and bits of twig and bits of stone sort of start to sort of form these animals in the air, and with a blinding flash of lightning, 4 now horses have appeared in front of you.
And they're gonna have just ripples of blue through them alongside green glowing eyes and.
Inconspicuous then.
Oh yeah.
Definitely what you need to get away when you are trying to
If
sneak
we're going
through
to
a
get
town.
away, let's do it in style.
So
boys, let's
full
go.
disclosure, Calroon was going to give you advantage on your stealth checks, but I think that probably gives you disadvantage on stealth. If you choose to try and sneak through on these giant electric beasts, you will. So you all jump on.
Yeah.
Start heading. You go.
I'm a horsey.
You're a horse.
Still with your face.
Wow, I'm gonna have to put a body dysmorphia warning on this episode now.
Just a heads up,
With a kite in his back.
it lasts for an hour, the conjuration. So
So you've got these horses for an hour. As you start making your way, sort of parallel to the beach, still a good 500-600 yards back, as you go through. Can anybody make? Are you trying to stealth? Are you going to try and stealth your way through the streets?
So we're just
I think we're just booking it.
You're just going to go run.
Yeah.
towards the east side of this.
Well, considering we're fairly far back into the city, using the buildings as cover,
Yeah.
So what would be a fast stealth? Because obviously we're not trying to draw attention to ourselves.
What, not like Tokyo drifting on horses through the city?
I was going to say,
do this. I assumed you would all try and sneak. You're just going to try and, as fast as you can, to the east side of the island.
Get
the hell out of Dodge.
What's a horse's movement?
Horse's movement is 60 foot.
So 60 foot plus a dash, that's 120
Yeah.
20 foot. Not much can catch us unless it's got on horseback as well.
No problem. Do me a... Captain, do me a survival check.
Survival, he says.
Also, you can charge on them as well. You can do a trampoline charge.
That would be a dirty 23.
Amazing. You managed to not only go through this city at a speed of almost light, but judging by the horse you've got leading you out the front of this sort of used to be running, you can sort of see the direct way to go, and you manage to jump down some alleys, in and out of some places, not through a building, but you sort of into an entrance of a building to come back round. You do see one or two different patrols sort of walking around the city looking for you, but as soon as they've seen you, you've gone through. That's going to bring you to sort of, let's say, a third of the way towards your ship. Is the plan still to keep running?
Well, I was going to say these are war horses, so you can have a trampoline charge as well if something just getting away.
Is the plan to still keep running?
It's working thus far.
Brilliant. Let's do another
I'll
survival
just
check.
do a quick thing just so people know what they can do.
Are we outside?
No, you're still in the
we're
city.
In it, because remember they had like a platform, didn't they? The
Yeah.
City Federation. If the horse moves at least 20 feet straight toward a creature and then hits it with a hooves attack on the same turn, that target must succeed on a DC 14, it says. Strength saving throw or be knocked prone. If the target is prone, the horse can make another attack with its hooves against it as a bonus action.
Nice.
Cool. Amazing. You just carry on running.
I think that's what we're doing.
Let's have another survival check from you.
13.
So you carry on going. You dive through another couple of alleyways. You come out onto sort of like there's not really any roads here. It's a load of shipwrecks on a beach, but a bit more of a wider walkway. And as you come round, you are faced with 4 quite tall Obsidian Federation officers standing and barricading the road off ahead of you.
In which case, who's at front? Are you riding at front?
Yeah.
In which case, how far away did you say they were from us?
About 60 foot.
Perfect. I would like to cast Tidal Wave on them.
Are you going into combat?
Well, I'm just going to cast a spell. Whether or not they survive the spell depends on whether we go into combat.
I am going to say that if you intend to engage them in combat to get past, we will roll initiative.
That's up to everybody else. If everybody else run past them, I'll
You already said it.
Well, that's fine.
You already said it. So it's gonna happen.
Yeah, roll initiative. First in initiative is Typhus.
Go. What I said I was going to do. Tidal Wave.
What does that do?
So it creates a wave that is 30 feet long,
Yeah,
10 feet high,
yeah,
and 10 feet wide,
yeah.
and they must succeed a dexterity saving throw of DC 15.
DC 15. Right, this first thing we're going to do is roll for the 4 of them. DC 15.
Yep.
3 of them save.
Brilliant save, so they only take half damage.
What's the damage?
Well, 3, 9, 16, 20. And
In
it's
total?
20 is full damage, yeah. And if they fail, they're full prone.
Okay, so he's doing that. And then they all take...
Well, no, wait a second. Not prone. That's what's going Oh, and the water is spread across the ground in a 30-foot radius of where it landed.
So does it stay as a wave, or does it?
So waves hit them.
And then now the floor's wet.
Floor's wet, and
Yeah,
to a 30-foot radius of where the centre of the point is in between those.
no problem. Are you doing anything else on your turn, sir?
using the horse's movement to keep going.
You taking one of the horses
Well, that's shoot.
on its
Through
own?
the breach.
He rode the tidal wave with his horse.
Mr. Nimbus!
I was actually going to say that if people want to move, are they going to have to dismount to move separate to the horses?
They can use the
It's an
horse's movement, but then you said you move them together, don't you?
issue. They can move together, yeah.
So I think if a player chooses to move on that
Because
horse, that
I
horse's
can
movement's
verbally
then
command
gone.
without using an action. If you know
Okay.
what I mean.
Let's see what people want to do. If people choose to,
Obviously, it's down to DM at the end.
I'm assuming that I assumed you'd all want to keep moving sort of together unless something happens. But if somebody's going to move off straight away, that takes your horse forward.
Well, that I was assuming we were trying to go as far
Break
forward,
through, kind of.
break through, so that hence trying to knock them all prone. And
So what I'd say is probably then don't use the movement, but then move them together as a unit.
that's fine.
Is that that makes sense to
I'll wait
everybody?
for the unit to move.
Yeah.
Because the person you've moved won't be able to move back into
what
place.
we'll say is we'll give
round
each person that option on their turn. If somebody decides to peel off to go and attack an individual one, so be it. If not, you can all move
Like I
forward.
said, it doesn't require an action from me anyway to command them,
Yep.
so I can literally issue, and they'll do that in their turn.
Okay. Next up is no anything else.
No.
Next up is Cauld.
Cold. So as we're trying to just get through everyone,
Mm-hmm.
he's going to pick a piece of stone from his sword,
Yeah.
and it's just going to flick it over and cast fireball. So
Yeah.
it's a dexterity save of 14.
Dex save of 14.
How far away are you?
It's a 20-foot radius, does it get them all? That's
Yeah, we'll get
4
them
foot diameter.
Yeah, it will get them roll.
We're out of range, aren't we?
So 3 of them have saved. One with a natural 20, and the one that failed got a natural 1.
Okay, so that's 86.
Do you need some more d6s?
Nah, they do so much math at once. 7. 24.
In total.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh no, oh, two more.
So I was about to say
Hold on.
it was 6.
Was that 24? Oh, 27.
Anyone that saves take half, yeah?
Yeah.
So 14, no, 13.
Yeah.
Anything else from Cauld?
Bonus action, I will. Which one looks the least hurt?
The least hurt?
Yeah.
Can you give me a perception check?
Cool. Oh, great. He's good at this. That would be a 4 for 3.
3. As you look at the 4, you see the 3 of them that are still stood, having taken the tidal wave, and then a fireball. Somehow, all of the elements coming at them. And the one that's on the floor that got absolutely torched by your fireball, you look down and go, well, if he's on the floor, he must be hurt more than the others.
Okay, I will Hexblade's Curse one of them.
Okay,
So the one of the ones that's standing.
one of the ones that's standing.
Yeah.
What does that do?
It just gives me extra stuff for him.
No worries, so that one is cursed. We then, anything else from God?
That's it.
No, we then move to one of the officers who is prone, so we'll use half of his movement to stand up.
I didn't sign up for this.
They could be on our side.
Yeah.
Cole's went, oh, okay, we're attacking. Yeah, sure.
He's going
Typhus knows what decision he made. Typhus knows what decision he made.
he will, he'll use half of his movement to stand up and then start moving. In fact, he's not going to start moving. He's just going to sort of take his position back in the line and hold the line as he sees this stampede of horses mounted combatants coming towards him, and end his turn there. Next was Chiron.
So I'm just trying to visualise it. So that's 2 down, isn't it?
No, they're all now stood up.
Oh, they're all stuck.
Yeah, because the one that was knocked prone got back up.
Okay, but is there still a gap between them? Or?
So if you think about a standard sort of street outside a house, they are stood at like equidistant parts along the sort of the road bit. So there's probably a 5-foot gap in between each one, if you think about it that way. Always forgot a trigger. You forgot a trigger.
No, it's just
Forgot
obviously I
something.
didn't know if the tidal wave moved the distance.
No, it just knocked him prone and then he got back up.
I'll do a charge at the one that got hit by the fire.
Okay. Yeah.
They all do.
Yeah, but I mean the one that got hit. No.
Yeah,
Okay.
3 of them saved, didn't they?
Yeah.
So. Yeah, no problem. That's the
Um,
one on the end, Officer 4. He's not got a name. He's just a mindless grunt.
So yeah, I'll go towards them, do a hooves attack.
Yep.
They need to succeed on a DC 14 strength saving throw.
It passes.
Okay. So I think, does he still take damage? Or
It's some of my NPC stats are on the screen.
I'm just trying to think as because the way it works, it says if hit with a hooves attack on the same turn, that target must succeed in a DC 14 strength saving throw or be knocked prone. If the target is prone, then I can do another attack. He's not prone, but does that mean
You still get the
roll to
attack.
hit?
You still get the attack, yeah, it's just that he doesn't go prone.
What's his...
It does feel better being hit, doesn't it?
Okay, so that's a 29.
What, to hit?
Yeah.
Yeah, hits. Roll your damage.
Does that mean that horse can't attack?
That horse is him.
I am.
He's well shaped and he's got a
I
horse.
summoned 4 that you guys are riding, I'm another horse. So they're going to be like, oh, that horse is harmless.
Matryn,
a human head!
Matryn fully believes that a random horse has just joined them. just joined in.
I am friend of the animals.
Nay, motherfuckers.
So 7
Hey.
plus 4, 11.
11.
Damage.
No problem.
Seems as I won't need a horse.
No.
Anything else from Chiron?
I don't know. No.
No? The next 2 are 2 of the officers. They are going to still hold the line, determined to hold you guys back, but then give each other the help action should an attack come forward. Going forward. After that, we get to Zho-Zho.
Hello.
What? You should have been before Chiron. Do Matryn.
We're just riding through all these at the end of the turn, like we're just going to keep riding forward. Can I then just ready an attack if like they would stop us or anything?
Yep.
Can I ready just hold my attack?
Yep.
Ready?
Yep.
So on my turn, all I'm going to do then is ready my attack.
We're ready to attack. Ready in action.
In case if like they knock us off.
Yeah, no problem. No bonuses or anything? Yeah, no problem. Then we do get to Zho-Zho.
From where I am, is it noticeable that any particular officer is not feeling as good as any of the others?
Not as more damaged, you might say.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me a perception check, please, sir.
One scorch and got hoof prints in his face.
13.
On a 13, you notice that one of them was knocked prone
Yeah.
and then got up and then was hit by a horse. So the assumption we're being is the one that's taken more attacks is probably more hurt.
So, I'm going to elect to fire my longbow at that officer.
Yep.
It happened twice with extra attack.
Mm-hmm.
16.
Whoa! Hits.
Oh, but it was 18 actually, sorry.
Definitely hits.
That's in the 20s.
Yeah, both hit.
So that'll be 2d8.
Yeah.
I'm going to make sure I'm not missing anything.
Who just stood there? He's been burned, knocked
8.
over, kicked by a horse, shot by arrows.
7, so 15
In total,
in
for
total.
both attacks.
Yeah, it was an 8 and a 7.
He is looking considerably more hurt than at the start of this combat.
Push your dex twice.
What did I say? 15.
You said 15.
So dex twice plus 6, 21.
There you go.
Beg my pardon.
There you go.
He is looking considerably more hurt than he was at the beginning of this turn.
Lloyd,
Yeah.
Zho-Zho, not Zho-Zho, horses. Apologies. Anything else from Zho-Zho?
Say same thing. I would like to put no. No, I don't think
What about Drake?
it's going to be anything. I don't believe. I don't think you have to command the Drake, do you? With an action like you do with your familiars. You can act on its own.
It gets its own turn, but on your initiative, so it's at the same time as yours.
Yeah, but I don't have to physically tell it
Yeah,
what to
if
do.
it's
It can act off
anything
its
like
own.
my conjurations, you can tell it, but it's not an action to do it.
For the sake of it, because so just for the sake of flavour,
Uh-huh.
with being a Drake Warden,
Uh-huh.
Zho-Zho can communicate in the tongue of dragons.
Uh-huh.
So through that, and I'm not even going to attempt to try and put on some sort of
Do it.
draconic. No, almost like sort of like a almost you know, speaking in tongues almost like a sort of
Demonic parcel thing.
Parcel tongue.
Just
Yeah.
demonic.
That's what my head went to parcel tongue.
yeah. So very much reminiscent of like when the Witch King speaks, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Commanding, speaking to his Drake, to tell the Drake to move. He wants to be the Drake to be within 30 foot
Of him.
of the officers.
Yeah.
It's sort of just like
Hovering.
hover there.
Yeah, no, he can move over there. Sort of. Is that everything?
That'll be it from him.
Then it is the turn of the horses.
I mean, to be fair, I could just command all 4 horses to go for guard and just trample him.
I mean, it would make a hole in the line, wouldn't it, if he was dead?
And demon.
I feel like he's like, we're going to try and run past him. He's the one that
Yeah. Did you say there's 5 foot either side between?
Yeah,
them?
pretty much.
Yeah. So there's plenty of room to. Yeah, I'll command all 4 horses to trample and charge him.
On that one guy.
Yeah.
Make 4 trample attacks then, please. Just need to make the save. Does he mean to make the save to not go prone?
Yeah, it's DC 14 for each one.
He fails.
So he's not.
Oh, hang on. No, he's failed. He's gone prone once. He can't go prone again, can he?
No.
Which means
So
the other 3 have advantage then.
Yeah. So
No,
you've
you
got
have
one.
three double attacks then.
yeah, double attacks. If the target is prone, the horse can make another attack with its hooves.
So you've got 1 attack and then 3 double attacks
With advantage.
with advantage. So roll 7 attacks, 6 with advantage.
Can my Drake use its reaction?
Wouldn't it be 8 attacks? Because
Oh wait.
No, because we used 1 attack to get the.
Joe just said can his Drake use it.
Can my Drake use its reaction?
Yeah, what was your reaction?
So infuse strike. So when another creature within 30 feet of the Drake that it can see hits a target with a weapon attack. No,
It's not a weapon attack.
It's casting hooves.
Yeah.
Well, it's classes as a melee weapon attack.
Then yeah, it's a melee attack.
The Drake infuses the strike with its essence. When the Drake was summoned, I chose it to be a cold essence.
Yeah.
So it infuses it to an extra 1d6 damage at the time.
So it's nature, lightning, and cold just battering this guy.
There you go. Roll your 7 attacks, 6 of which with advantage.
It's not horsing around, is it?
So that's 23 on the first one.
23 hits.
So would that be the first one that knocked him down?
Yeah. So now you've got 6 more attacks, all with advantage.
Do you want me to roll the damage for this first one and then do it that way?
No.
Hit.
I want you to roll it all.
Okay. That one was only.
You got that advantage.
Oh, so I rolled that again. Right?
Yeah. Or just roll 2d.
That's 16.
Hits.
It was a natural one.
so 2 attacks a hit.
So you got 5 more.
5 more all at advantage.
All advantage. Okay.
It was a natural one.
So 9. No, that's 7.
What was that?
I got a 7 and 9, but it's plus 6, so the highest would be 15.
Misses. That's 2 attacks. Hitting.
Yes.
Highest is 24.
Hits. That's 3.
Highest is 20.
Hits. That's
So
4.
it's dirty 20.
Yeah.
Highest is naturally.
So that's 5 hits. You've got one of them's double damage.
Yep. Another nat 20.
Stop rolling that 20s, guys! Right.
Hit by a tidal wave, hit by a fireball, arrows.
Is that all? That's all of them, isn't it? Yeah. So you need to roll damage for 4 normal attacks and then 2 double. Add every single one.
Do they
Gets.
all get infused?
Yeah, every time it said every time he hits, didn't it?
It just says, how it reads is, when another creature within 30 feet of the Drake that you can see hits a target with a weapon.
Yeah. Then we've had
So do you want to roll
6
the
connected.
bonuses for your Drake there, Grant? I'll roll
So-
the base
So
damage.
do
and
you
you
go at
roll
the same time, so for each attack you roll and I'll roll
Yeah.
these.
So 2d6 for the first attack is 9,
Plus 1.
10.
Yeah.
Do they get any strength back?
That's. Oh yeah, they do. So 14 off 9. So 15.
Plus 1, 15.
Go on, carry on.
So that's another 14.
Plus 3.
It's 2 days every time.
To be fair, can we maybe have it that the other officers just get so traumatised watching?
Oh yeah, the other 3 officers are very much just watching this horse. So
He's already dead!
they trampled through and went past, and then came back. Yeah, just carry on.
That's 6, 8, 12.
Plus 3.
You've got 1 more normal attack.
That's 9.
Plus 3.
Is that 9 plus 4?
Oh, no, 9 plus 4 is 30, so 16.
16.
So now you've got your 2 crits.
Which means you're back to
So that's 11 plus 4, 15.
Do it again.
Miles of 2.
17, so that's 34.
So 4 plus 4 is 8. That's not bad. Oh no, you double my initial roll, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So what was the initial roll?
What did I say? Was it 15?
15 minus the 4, so it was 11.
What was the 4? It's just more.
You had them on fire afterwards.
Oh, okay.
And what was yours?
2.
So then you got the final one.
And then the final crit.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's 5 plus 4, that's 9 plus 4, 13.
Well, it's 18.
Plus
18 plus 6. I get up to 112.
Yeah, he had 15 hit points.
This guy's pace.
There is not a lot of this guy left as he is trampled. He has been hit with a tidal wave, hit with a fireball, 2 arrows to the knee, then hit with a trample with this horse that's seemingly stopped and just and then carried on again.
Just imagine the horses like with baseball bats, and then like, the last one comes in, and like you're just trying to like hold him away, and then he just goes back and goes, "Ugh," and like spits them and leaves. That's what's happening in my head.
That's what's happened. That is what's happened. That does give you, for a breaking initiative, that does give you like a 10-foot gap. Sorry, 15-foot gap because you've got 5 either side of him where you could get the horses through.
Well, I'm assuming the horses have run for over this day.
Well, they stopped to kick the shit out of him. So they get through. You carry on. We are now.
Just kick the shit. We're on top of these horses though.
Yes.
Yeah. So there's 3 guys next to you watching it as you guys. You're like, I'm sorry.
Sorry, we're not joking.
Just
It's a bit like summer in Rick's car when it's protecting it. Like, no,
yeah. And you get past the blockade as you go through. Are you going to carry on running at full speed? You are now 2/3 of the way to the edge of the
I'm
city.
just thinking of the other 3 officers' reports. How did they get away? Well, not a great day.
Okay, let's soft cut to that cutaway. Go.
I don't want to talk about it.
They've got to have
You've got to be the
psychiatry
commander
now.
in this
like, you know.
situation.
No, it's good. It's
I
good.
quit. There's just me as a corpse, just laying there.
Just a pile of bits of this guy they were able to find. The rest of
Just
him turned
sludging,
into
aren't they?
yeah. It is.
The best thing was, he was actually part of a pirate crew undercover.
Yeah. That was one of Calroon's men.
The only one that was Cameron's guy as well.
Yeah, when they
about
shouted
to
stop, it was because they wanted to tell us something.
Stop, you don't understand. Nice try.
You're now 2/3 of the way to the edge of the city to the east side. Give me a final survival check to see if you can make it all the way.
Next time someone tells you about horsepower, tell them 5 is enough. Survival. 22.
You get through the last part of the city with ease. It's a bit more wide, a bit more shipwrecks are a bit more widely strewn, so you can see where these patrols are as you manage to, with speed, get your way through it. I think at one point they might see you, but by that time you've gone. You exit the city up, sort of. If you think about where the cliff face is, it does sort of round off. So like the cliff itself is where the city is, but then the rest of the island's pretty much accessible. You get to the edge of the cliff, right at the east side of the city, where you can see the New Dawn out waiting for you, with people on your crew fully waiting for you on the deck. They've abandoned the camp and have got to the deck, moved the ship around. You're clear. You're away from the city. They do know which way you went on account of you being.
Not very stealthy.
I think that's quite
Pasting
polite.
that guy.
That guy. Are you going to attempt to just jump down off of the cliff to the New Dawn? Are you going to?
Are we going to aim for the bushes?
What, the bushes that are in the sea?
See,
You've got a cliff. You're at the edge of a cliff. The New Dawn is out into sea before
Are
you.
we tombstone into the water?
You can
Is that what's
tombstone
happening?
into the water.
I'm just going to go for it. Like, Matryn just wants to get back to the ship.
No worries, you're fine. You got time. You have time to figure out how to get down there.
We have time.
You have time. Roll a natural one to see if they knew where you were.
They've gone, yeah, we do know, but we'll just give them.
head start.
We'll give
We
them
don't
a
want to end up like
We'll
that
give
guy.
them a minute. So is it just so cliff is in just a sheer drop that
Yeah.
we have to jump?
Can I see if there's any rocks underneath us?
But do a perception check for me, please, Matryn.
How steep is it? A sheer cliff or is it a sloped cliff?
It's a
7.
sheer cliff. There might be some rocks under there.
Last time I jumped off a cliff, it all ended well.
Hold on.
Because that's anybody got further fallen.
Hold on.
I can't even check these rocks.
Making the right character to check these rocks.
So Cauld can go down the cliff, yeah?
Yeah.
And then take a run and leap.
On the horse.
No, off the horse. No, he's going to Yoshi off it.
Are you gonna?
Jump off the horse. The horse is going to jump off, then he's going to jump off the horse.
I mean,
how
they're
high
phased,
is
so
the-
they're not actual animals.
How high
Uh,
is the cliff?
It is about a 2. It's not too big. It's not as big as the 200 foot that's in the middle of
I
this
have
of the
jumped
town. You have jumped off.
As I said, watching him go, I'm going to follow with him.
You've jumped off. You both do me acrobatics checks.
With advantage, yeah?
With I nearly said yes. You nearly got me. I nearly
To
said
be
yes.
fair, I could have just
I wish it was
commanded all the
athletics,
horses
not
to jump.
acrobatics.
Yeah.
You can use athletics if you want to use
You
athletics.
cool, I think it's 15.
Ooh, 12.
Brilliant. So you manage to leap off very rather than like stumbling. You get a good leap and like push off of the cliff. Now you can do me dexterity saving throws.
Sure. 9. 10.
So as you sail through the air, you have that moment where
Oh no.
you're closing in on the New Dawn, and you both sort of look at each other and go, "Yeah, this was a good call." And as you get closer to the New Dawn, you both just short it, but land in the water just beforehand.
I thought it was going to be like a Hulk in Ragnarok where he hits the
Oh,
bridge.
so the boat, the New Dawn is fairly close to the.
Oh yeah.
I was talking. I was about to say that's
No.
why that changes my
It's
plans.
jumpable. It wasn't like I was going to make you jump off a cliff and then swim
Why
200
didn't I
feet.
just Misty Step?
Why didn't you just misty step?
I had Misty Step. Why didn't I Misty
It's
Step?
only 30 foot though, isn't
You
it?
could have misty steps
Oh, mid-fall.
mid-fall.
Oh.
That's what Bran did.
It did.
Not off out of a building, not off of a cliff, but
That would have been great.
I was gonna
Um,
say,
No
with the-
damage. I mean, you don't have to. I'm just. Why do you want to do that? No.
It's right. It'll come good later for something.
I'm gonna make it up on the spot for you, damage. Because otherwise, I think a lot of fall in it.
50.
You take 15 points of damage. Just 15. Your rolls weren't bad. The rest of the three of you that you've just watched, Cauld and Matryn, seemingly hand in hand, jump off. It wasn't hand in hand, but seemingly jump off of the cliff. Well, they did.
Cauld tried to drown Matryn.
It was an accident, I swear.
How far down is the sea?
70 foot.
That's quite deep, I think.
What,
what-
the depth of the sea?
No, just the surface of the sea.
Oh, about 70 foot. Like I say, the cliff has come round from where the city is lower, but not all the way down. You're now on a sheer drop, but it's considerably lower.
Needed 30 feet, but that's fine. that round's that one.
Jump and then do it.
No, because I would hit the ship before my plan comes into effect.
Fair enough.
Because I'm assuming the ship's probably about, what, if it's a 30-foot drop, then it's...
It's about a 70 foot drop, and then the ship's, I don't know. You could 70 foot drop to the sea. How tall's your ship? Do you think 30 foot ish? But more big.
25, 30,
25 foot. You've probably got about a 50 foot drop before you hit the rigging.
Oh, would we have done a superhero drop then if we landed on the ship?
You would
Run
have.
through it.
You especially would have done.
What do you want to do?
I
You
mean,
two go first.
I could command the horses to jump with you on their backs.
Yeah, we could.
Has anyone got any rope?
Yes, of course I've got rope.
There you go.
I'm going to climb onto the ship.
Yeah, I'm guessing
Yeah,
you
yeah,
guys
we'll
climbed in
ship.
on afterwards.
We're just going to watch from the bottom. Like, I'm just going to be stood there watching. To see
Come
what
on,
they actually
Captain, you can do it.
I looked as
So
well.
I'd like to
Guys,
tie the rope
it's
around my sword, jump
real-
off the cliff, fire the sword out of my bow into the cliff, and then...
Yes.
I was going to say,
We'll roll for it.
jumping's governed by athletics, isn't it?
I let Josh asked if he could do athletics or acrobatics, so you can do either.
Oh, you can do either.
Oh,
Do you wanna do that?
fair enough, acrobatics.
Oh, you know it. Yeah,
Sorry, let's jump.
Athletics.
yeah, I'll do it.
So you want to do what? Talk me through it. What's the first thing?
Zho-Zho would like to take one last look. But everything behind him, back at Rockcliffe, back at...
You can see the town where the people are
Mhm.
looking for you, but they're not close.
Okay. And we'll have to say Zho-Zho's got access to some rope.
Yeah, I
So-
think everybody's got a 50 foot of rope at some point, haven't
always-
Yeah, always. Carry it with my safety pins and my...
they? My bailing string.
Effective plant pot.
I'd like to tie the rope around the hilt of one of my swords.
Mm-hmm.
Draw the sword,
Mm-hmm.
notch it. Or
Yeah.
Practice, not practice it, but get it ready to turn over going right. But I resheath it, tie the other half, or tie the rest of the rope around me, around my waist. Then would like to dismount and run and jump off the cliff.
Okay, give me an athletics or acrobatics check to start with.
Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, it's going to go terribly wrong, isn't it?
If you lose a finger from the sword.
It's going to go terribly wrong, isn't it? 7.
7. You take 3, 4 long, big strides forward, but as you get to the edge, you just stutter slightly. I think slight bit of doubt creeps into your mind about jumping off it, and you just question yourself, but it's too late. You've gone forward. You managed to jump cleanly off of. The cliff. You're now free falling. What do you want to do?
As free falling, bow, sword with the rope tied to it,
Yeah.
notch it and try and fire it into... Ooh. Can I fire at the mast of the new door?
You can.
This is
You can indeed.
Jack Sparrow shit.
That was
Yeah, roll to attack.
Roll to attack.
Roll to attack.
Fucking hell. 7 plus 8. 15.
Exactly right. You hit the main mast of
Yeah.
the New Dawn. You've got 50 feet of rope
Yeah.
tied between your sword and you.
Yeah.
What's next?
So, swords landed into the
Yeah,
mast.
it's landed. It's wedged. It's not going to move.
Using the momentum of the fall,
Yeah.
with hopefully enough rope left, just sort of twirl it around the mast and then sort of land perfectly on the deck.
It's not that.
Okay, now I need a dexterity check,
You
please.
hit it wrong.
He's going to get tied up, isn't he?
Yeah, hang myself.
It's like instant neck break.
That's a dirty 20.
You managed to gracefully to use something that someone else has just said. Jack Sparrow the shit out of this. And as you move your weight to the side to get the rope to start twirling around, maypoling around this main mast. Also, wrapping some of the rigging, because it's quite wide, so you're going to have to order somebody to sort the rigging out afterwards. You gently land on the deck of the New Dawn, using your other blade to just quickly slice the rope as you land, and you just, in the same motion you walked off of the bridge, off of the cliff, you carry on walking, on the, like not missing a step. You did have that little stutter, but as soon as you'd gone, and you walk as if nothing had happened.
Someone going to get that for me, please.
Yeah. Who do you think is going to go and get it? Who's first to volunteer? Matryn.
He's got out of the water.
As soon as I've seen him put it in there, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to go get that. So I just start climbing the rigging, getting ready to go
King
fetch it.
conning up it.
Typhus.
You know those.
Be that!
Very well done.
You know those slides that are vertical until the very end when they've got that little
Yeah.
drop slides. I'm going to try and do one of them with the cliff.
Yes! I love this stuff. Right, talk me through it. What do you want to do?
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to slide down the edge of the cliff until I'm 30 feet away from the water,
Okay.
and then I'm going to cast Shape Water, which then allows me to create in a 5 foot
To create your ramp.
to create my ramp, which I can then freeze as well. So I've got a solid thing to do.
Brilliant.
What do you want me to do?
First things first, I want you to... So rather than... Because it's a sheer cliff, I don't think
Yeah.
you're going to be able to slide. You're going to have to, like Lloyd said earlier, tombstone off of it. Like, drop. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm going to hang off the edge.
Oh, you're
and then turn and drop.
Yeah,
Holding
same...
on backwards like that, and just like.
I'm going to turn and drop. Yeah.
I thought you'd sort of go against it and just launch yourself backwards.
So you're not trying to jump, so you can just drop. So
Yeah,
you can
I'm
do
just- I'm
that
just dropping.
and then just drop.
So
So as you're falling, you want to cast you're going to cast it when you get to 30 feet.
30 feet to give me time to.
Okay. We need to find a way. I need to think about how to time it.
Yeah. I was going to say, because surely I'll have a sense of when the magic is in range for me
Yes.
to activate.
Yeah.
Survival on the drop on the cliff,
On
like
the
sliding
drop.
against the cliff.
We're going to call it perception, so that you can sort of perceive when you're at 30 foot.
Cool.
If you beat a 15, I'll let you can cast your spell, no problem. If you go lower than a 15, we'll figure it out.
Okay. That is a 15
Yeah.
for a dirty 20.
There you go. Yeah, you realise the minute you're at 30 foot, you cast the spell. It's all one spell.
Yep.
Yeah. So as you cast it in proper Elsa fashion,
Yeah.
as you sort of go, you start because of the way you've turned and dropped. You're almost always, if you drop a basketball off of a dam, it will move forward.
Yeah.
You drop, and you can do it normally as well. Yeah. So you're moving forward, and as you start to get a little bit further around, you can see this sort of rock like at the bottom. But as you just before you get to it, the magic kicks in, and you slowly slide along this ramp, propelling yourself forward towards the New Dawn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do me a
Oops.
dexterity check, see if you can grab some rigging or something.
Well, I was going to say, I'm very much water based. I'll just start swimming.
You can land in the water and swim
Yeah.
over if you'd prefer.
Yeah, I was going to say that's what I'll
Do that then.
Because being in the water does not bother me in any way, shape, or form.
4 of you are now on the ship. Some of them a bit more graceful than others.
That's some Skate 3 shit. Right there.
My little end of my drop slide is there for an hour or until I just.
Until you get rid of it.
Until I get rid of it, if you want to use it.
Chiron's decided he wants to go off and join the horse people.
They're never going to suspect me.
Chiron stays behind to do espionage.
It's just this horse gang going around causing shit.
I mean, they do have animal messengers. I can send messages to you with. Oh, look, it's a bird. It's Chiron again. Jesus.
In my head, I also was Typhus falling down and then motioning to punch down to the water, and the water dips about 15 foot, and then he pulls back and it's just into ice and just slides down. That's how I imagined it,
It's pretty cool.
with that sound effect.
You're the only one left on the cliff.
I'm gonna dispel the horses
Yep.
because they're just magic anyway. So
Yeah.
Basically, if they follow the tracks, it's just going to end at a cliff.
Yeah,
That's it.
that makes sense.
And in my horse form, I'm just going to jump off to
Yeah.
aim for the water,
Do me athletics or acrobatics. See if you can get a clean break from the cliff.
I'm not. This is going to go
Are
badly.
you hoping just to take off the HP of the horse?
No, it's just that the horse's strength has a +4 modifier. Which doesn't count for shit if I've only got an 11, so it's 15.
You, in between Chiron's mind and the mind of a horse, you've ever seen like a horse run up to do a jump and refuse it, and it just turns away?
Yeah.
For a split second, your mind does that, so you sort of turn away at the last second, but still with the momentum going forward, your front leg sort of gives way a little bit, and you sort of fall forward off of the cliff, falling down towards the water. Do you want to try and save? You can do a dex save the same as I give the other guys.
I can try a dex save, sure.
Are you aiming for my ramp? Is the question.
I'm just aiming for the water.
Oh, it just gets vivisected.
Because I figure I was just aiming for like a long jump to get this far off the cliff.
No, but the way you have fallen,
Yeah.
you are now falling sort of vertically towards the ramp that Typhus has left
So I
there.
do want to point out, is flush with the cliff face. I would have done that.
Do you want to aim for that?
Can do.
Yeah?
This out
So
of control horse.
Just do me a dex check rather than a saving throw.
Dex check.
Yeah, dexterity. Just roll an edge dexterity modifier.
Okay. 15.
Yeah, you managed to sort of spot that as you're on your way down and aim for it and landed it. And as you hit it, you slide, not gracefully, there's nothing graceful about a horse falling off of a cliff, but as you hit it, you slide, hit the ramp, and it goes into the air. Do you want to...
Going on a t-shirt.
That's the name of the episode.
So in my head, he was skimming across the water.
No, because you did it up a bit. He's flying towards the new dawn. Do you want to try... Now you do a dexterity check, see if you can grab some rigging or the boat or something.
Horse?
As a horse. Unless he's going to try and change
You've
back.
seen an eagle fly. You've seen a dragon fly. But have you ever seen a horse fly?
Yeah.
Would trying to grab something count as a mid-air jump? Stunt, sorry.
Yeah?
So could I use athletics for that?
Yeah? Logic is sound.
Are you transforming back?
No, it's just still higher strength modifier as a horse.
You've got no fingers.
15.
I think the term is get caught up in the rigging more than actually grab it. You just see this horse flying sideways, arms and legs flailing as you get towards the boat, and you manage to just get caught up in the rigging.
And then I'll just revert back to my normal form.
So then you're just held in this rigging,
Yeah.
next to
Matryn.
Zho-Zho's sword. Just,
Matryn cuts him out as soon as he gets
I'm surprised you're not like, can you get that for me?
So get cold at the rigging.
you are all back
Chiron.
successfully on the new dawn. Again, some more graceful than others. Anchors up. Time to go.
Let's go.
Right, I go up to the helmsman,
Uh-huh.
give him the heading of the port.
Yeah. He goes straight there. Is that the plan?
Well, I'm just giving him that general direction for the time being, not specific where, just that way we're heading in the right direction if that's where we decide to go.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm going to cast.
Was it just thought nobody took any damage, or did they, during our escape?
Yeah, we did.
Oh yeah, you guys.
I'm going to cast Gust of Wind behind the sails.
To get them going.
A bit faster, yeah.
Yeah, you do that no problem. Pushes the ship to start moving. It's now up to you guys what you want to do, what the plan is. You're gonna have
the kitchen.
go straight back to the kitchen.
I'm just gonna go cry.
Go on, Claire.
What, after watching the
The condition of the boat is up to the top level it should be now that obviously Captain's back, his quarters are clean, all of our quarters are clean. And just like the maintenance of the ship, making sure it's up to a high level.
The ship is in as good a condition as you have ever seen it.
So I'm not beating.
So you're not beating anybody today.
I was going to say, I think Cauld's got PTSD from us killing that officer.
Yeah, that's probably the most fucked up thing I've seen at a D&D so far.
Yeah, it's definitely questioning his choices about being on the ship.
So as the ship sort of takes off towards open water, it's going to be a couple of days sail to get to where Typhus knows you need to go. But the choice of where you want to head and what you want to do next falls with you guys. Do you want to take a minute, think about what you're going to do for the next couple of days? So, good news and bad news. Good news is you got away. You escaped the city. You manage to get away with whatever. Well, with the spyglass, they don't know what it is. Nobody. The only people that manage to try and stop you just witness their best friend get killed in a typically Austin Powers cutaway style. But the way you left the city, everybody saw which way you were heading. They saw that you went to the east side of the island, and may have seen the New Dawn leaving that side of the island. Nah.
Are they still cordoned off the bay?
Like,
Do we have to get through a blockade as well?
no, because the blockade was directly in front of where the port was, but the New Dawn, on the advice of Captain Carl Roux, the rest of your crew had moved the ship to the east side of the island.
Cool.
Because it's been as you came down from the cliff, they had just landed on the beach. They were in the process of setting up, so they probably will circle off the island at some point in an attempt to try and, well, unless they think you've left. But at the minute, you managed to get to the ship before a full island blockade was set in place.
Sure. Okay.
You are now on the ship. What do people want to do? Yes, Josh, you can go first.
So, obviously, after checking that like the ship's in a good condition and making sure everything's okay, like Matryn goes to his private personal quarters, and I'm guessing like in our personal quarters we have like a little bathroom kind of thing. Will that be right?
You're working on the assumption that pirate ships have bathrooms.
Or
Like en suite.
like a little area like when
Hot and cold running water.
No, but you know what I mean, like a little area just to like.
You got a bucket and a sponge. is what
You've
you've
got
got.
a bucket in the...
Bucket sponge and if you look in your mirror.
So anyway, I'll go up to
Yeah.
that mirror and kind of like just start thinking about everything that's been happening and like just like this whole emotional journey that Matryn's going on.
Yeah.
And he's just like staring into this mirror and he's like looking back and he's thinking about everything. And he's like considering all of his life choices and thinking about everything he's done. Keeps thinking about Cauld and how upset he could see and the anger and the violence, and like this anger just starts building up inside of Matryn, and like all of a sudden like all the anger just comes up to him and he just punches the glass, just shattering it into fire.
Roll an anger management check. What dice are you on?
Oh, I don't know. What dice are we on?
What dice are you still on?
I think we're still on D8.
Yeah, I don't think you've gone up or down.
Shane from The Walking Dead. He shaves his hair off and everything. Goes mental.
You got a 5. So on your anger management on a 5, you do feel that anger come up. You manage to... I think punching the mirror is your outlet in this instance. Not that you're so angry that you need to punch something, but you feel it building up, you feel angry about it. So you punch this mirror to release it. The mirror shatters under the force of your punching. Goes everywhere. Do me a con save. Yeah, I was just checking to see whether any of the glass cut your knuckles, but you're fine. Is there anything else you'd like to do while you're in your own little cubicle?
No, like after like just staring into this mirror for like 5-10 minutes and then like going through all these emotions, especially like considering Matryn's like obviously his barbarian past and everything. He's not used to these kind of like guilt and feeling all these different emotions and everything. He just kind of rests back up, like goes and gets in his bed and just like tucks in for a couple of hours just to kind of try and calm himself down.
Dear diary.
What if all the other pirates are mean to me?
All I did was beat them up to death.
They said my hairstyle that I picked today looked funny.
Typhus, what are you doing now you're back on this on
I will probably go to my quarters to go grab a few maps, and then
Mhm.
I'll head back to the helmsman and just
double down in on where you're heading?
manage the course in such a way that we are heading towards Mandalay.
Yeah.
But equally, if we decide to go somewhere else, we're still...
So sort of towards open water in that general direction.
Yeah.
Not a problem. Chiron, anything when you're back on the ship?
Not overly, no.
No, it's back to work.
Yeah, just going to be going about because it's the shipwright and stuff. And
Yeah.
Nobody needs patching up like healing that, so yeah, we'll just be going around checking the general.
So, is Chiron bothered that Matryn made it his job to go and check everything on the ship, given that you're the shipwright?
No, you don't care because if it's done, it's done.
Fair enough.
It's less work.
Just checking.
It's less work for Chiron to
Just
do.
checking.
So.
I'm just thinking. If Matryn doesn't like it when people do his job, so.
No.
One of them's more emotionally stable.
As soon as like Chiron sees that everything's pretty much in order, he'll just go and chill where he sleeps. Kind of
Yeah,
thing.
no problem. Cold.
He's gonna go into his personal bathroom and look in the mirror.
You have got hot and cold running water. That's
The best part is their rooms are next to each other. So
yeah, it's an
like
adjoining. It's an adjoining.
It's like one of them dual screen shots, so we both punch the mirror at the same time. And it turns into interpretive dance on my side.
Flash dance.
Gonna get his emotions out in dance. No, I don't. He's just gonna. Still crying.
So very upset.
Still very upset, and question his life choices about being on the ship and like.
Is he having second thoughts about sailing with?
Like he's just talking to Dara. He's not set up the kitchen yet. He's got all his food to put away and shit. And it's just. He just told Dara, like, should we really be here? Should just lean into it.
Does Dara speak?
I can communicate.
You can communicate. Okay.
What do you think about a bandana?
So that's where contact. You get bandana.
Lean into it. Higher life. Yeah, I'll do that. Cool.
Yep. Bit of a moment for Cauld as he decides to.
And then he's
lean
going
into
to
his-
carry on with his new exotic spices and other.
Yeah, you've got a pretty well stocked kitchen now. We're just going to keep the
Yeah,
morale
so
of
like
the
the
crew
crew
very
still
high.
gets better than basic now.
Mhm.
Every time there's a war meeting and counts, there's like a full-on spread.
Yes. Because you were only getting handmade muffins before, so.
I just had a thought because I forgot about Dara for a second. I just have this image. Warrior on the horses killing that officer. Dara's just there watching, doing that with the horse like that.
Joining in.
No, she never
Just
left,
watching.
She never left cold shoulder.
Yeah, just on your
Oh,
shoulder, just doing this
shoulder.
in the air, like seeing the horses. there.
Zho-Zho. Back on the ship, the deck of the New Dawn. Maybe a lot sooner than expected, but mission accomplished, you'd say,
Yeah, and
in Rockcliffe.
in style, I think. By
Yeah.
each and every member there.
It went. It couldn't have gone better. I mean, it couldn't not have gone better in Rockcliffe. What's Zho-Zho up to?
So since Zho-Zho landed back on the ship,
Yeah.
been given his sword back
Yep.
by Matryn, been into his own quarters, placed his swords on like on the rests.
Yep.
Put his bow on the wall, and he's going to go back out of his quarters and just sort of walk all around the ship. So he's going to walk past Typhus and the helmsman,
Mhm.
walk past the kitchen area, walk past where Matryn is, walk past where he's going to do a full walk around the ship.
Yeah.
To see if anybody. He's not going to directly talk to anyone.
Yep.
But he's there to show his presence. He's walking around, make sure that he shoots a look at everyone, and just.
Very present captain. I like it. So after
I was just going to say quickly because I cannot remember on top of my head. What happened to that other ship we took?
it went,
Okay, so
you get
it's
put a
off-
captain out. It's off.
I couldn't remember if it was nearby or
Raiding and
if it was up doing
pillaging.
its own thing. Yeah. I know that's all.
It is not nearby.
And it's.
The only real way to check exactly what it's been up to would be to arrive at a port and see if anything had been left.
That's
If there was
the
any,
Rockcliffe, aren't they?
if any, yeah. Well, okay, they're nowhere nearby, but they know not to go back to Rockcliffe. So you guys back on the ship. You've all done your sort of immediate arrivals. You now have the spyglass.
Yep.
With the coordinates on. Did you impart your wisdom to the rest of the crew, or did
No.
you just leave?
Oh, I believe what I said was, I know what our heading is.
Yeah.
I'm not.
And then
I'm,
it left it
I'm-
at that.
Yeah. And I'm not looking forward to this shit or something along
No.
those lines.
So, crew council.
Oh, before that, as I'm baking, as I'm cooking, can I do that special cookie thing I was cooking before?
Yeah.
Bake a spell into one.
Yes.
Yeah. So I've done So I'm doing that, and I'm going to spend the next couple of hours.
Yep.
Just one special cookie.
Do performance.
It's a life.
I'm very aware that we could have probably assigned a better skill to your cooking, but it's been performance all the way for it to be performance again.
Oh, nice. 21.
Yeah, you achieve your goal of making this cookie with. Do you know what spell it's in it?
Yeah, I know what's
You know what spell it is.
Yeah.
So you spend a couple of hours. Sparks coming off, a little more a little bit more scientific, a little bit more magical than your usual cooking. Yeah, okay. And then when you're done, you're left with this perfect cookie, which looks like it's solid to the touch.
It's
but
going to be like a ginger and chili flavour.
And it's still, when they're in the oven and you can see the cookie still just softly. It's just doing that constantly. This cookie. Make sure you don't give it out to the wrong person. Make sure you don't give it out to the wrong person.
I'm looking to.
Oh, so you've got some
Just the person I wanted to see.
Crew council.
I will bring
I'm assuming you want to talk
Let's
about.
everybody take their own cookie, but magic.
Yeah,
what's
you have
next?
this
So
one.
we're just going to call. Yeah, okay. That's
Yeah?
fine, yeah. So we'll say that Zho-Zho's done his walk around. Everyone's doing their own thing. Like he sort of started from his cabin and he's done in his mind like a full walk from point A to point B.
Yeah.
And then from point B back to point A.
Yeah.
Will grab each general's
Yep.
attention on the way back through himself, whether it's a knock on the door or whatever
Look,
they're doing.
nod.
And we'll just say,
Yep.
council.
So you head back into the council room, what you were before, still very dimly lit. The walls still with the etching of different things and different battles, but in the corner you can see one of them's slightly changing, maybe a little bit. Just can't quite put your finger on it, but it's slightly different than what it was before. And you all sit around the table, ready for your second crew council. Your crew council, sir.
Okay. Thank you all for your endeavouring, unwavering efforts in Rockcliffe. I feel we have ventured further forward in our goals and in our ambitions. Normally this is a good chance for us all to discuss where we are and what we are doing, but before we get there, Typhus, time was not on our side and things have been very rushed. I see you have been busy helping navigate and direct. I feel like now we have time to sit and talk. Is there anything you wish to share, or
There is a lot I wish to share, which is why I'll say first, if anybody's got any quick immediate matters that need discussing immediately, please raise them now, because otherwise I will be talking for a while.
does anybody have anything urgent they wish to raise?
What's the vibe like between you two?
Oh, so I was going to get to that.
How high is sexual tension?
So food is prepared. I've got people to bring food up. Faye's going to bring out some cookies or muffins or whatever and just hand them out to everyone. And then completely skip Matryn.
Oh, I feel offended on your behalf.
But he also is going to present Zho-Zho with this special one.
With the cookie.
Special and say, this is for you in case of emergencies.
In case of emergency.
Uh-huh.
Not for my consumption now then, Cauld.
No. In case of emergencies. It should keep.
He's gonna, as he takes it, it's going to touch his thumb. Thank you, Cauld.
Sparks.
Keep it secret.
I'll
My
let you
man's
know
telling me
what it does.
no.
Can I, as I notice Cauld is purposely ignoring me, just kind of scoop
No one's stopping you. No one's stopping you, take one.
I won't take one information.
Alright, cool. No one's stopping you. No one's stopping you, take one. You do you.
Do you want to message Joe and let him know what the cookie does?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Very tense.
It does what?
Cauld, that
13
effect's
D8
lasting longer.
damage.
I'm just gonna sit and like.
You know what is it? A cyanide cookie in case of emergencies.
I keep glancing over at Cauld.
Cauld, the effects are lasting longer than they're meant to. Help.
I just keep glancing at him, mate.
It's in large reduced by
Trying to get
one
his
section.
attention.
Wonder why it was blown.
So we're very much in. You're trying to earn forgiveness,
Yeah.
and you're very much go fuck yourself.
At the moment.
Anyone else before Typhus dumps his lore onto him? No?
Load up.
And I believe the floor is yours, Typhus.
Okay. The coordinates on the spyglass is of
Port Mandalay.
Port Mandalay, which unfortunately is where I was raised.
Oh, we can see your home.
Yes. It is controlled by Tywick, my father, who, during Cauld's and explanation of previous events of the King of the Pirates, mentioned
That's another notebook.
as my father is Tywick Fairbrook. He is currently the governor of that port, and is. I know he's quite sympathetic towards the Rockcliffe cause, as he has been one of the fences to trade the goods for us. Well, for Rockcliffe. However, my mother is less sympathetic towards the those particular people, and it's her family that's got the more favourable reputation.
Are your parents blue?
No, they are not cold.
You're alright.
Yeah.
That sounded really sarcastic. Cause, are your parents blue? You went, no, they're not cold.
Wow.
That was not intended as a joke. Yes. I'm not quite. I have my theories what the coordinates on the hourglass are directing us to, but I'm not sure until we get there. The hourglass, the spyglass.
Spyglass.
Yeah, I'm not, but I've got my own theories. This is what our current heading. Looking at Zho-Zho going, obviously we can change that if so desired, but my current understanding is this is where we want to go. I still have some contacts there, but I didn't leave in favourable terms when I left. While he says that he thinks about the stack of letters he has on his desk that he never sent home.
Yes. Any questions from anybody?
Why are you blue?
Don't know.
Captain, if I may. Before we head to Mandalay, obviously Rockcliffe is in a perilous situation, and as much as any other man in this ship, you know I love a good fight. So before we fully get and go to Mandalay, I feel like the ships that are left in the port that was causing the blockade are going to be weakened by the men on shore, and I feel like it is our duty to help the people in Rockcliffe Plain by removing said blockade. So I would like, before we get full way to Mandalay, is to actually head to the blockade and go take out the ships.
Matryn, your thought process, your cause is one of great logic, and honour and servitude too are a much greater cause than just our own. You know how this table works, and we will follow the rules. In doing so, I phrase it as this. So far, we have 2 options available to us. Cauld, Chiron, you may either suggest your own, or we can initiate a vote between us as to which of the 2 proposed options we pursue.
I agree with Matryn.
Chiron, do you have your own opinion, your own ideas?
I
Mr.
only
Woodley?
have a question for yourself, Typhus. As you said that you didn't leave this place on the most favourable terms, what sort of welcome could we be expecting?
It entirely depends on whether my mother is about. As my father, me and my father definitely see eye to eye on more things than I ever did with her. She very much doesn't like this style of life. If she had her way, I'd be sat behind a desk in a government office for some noble, filling out paperwork and kissing the backside of whichever noble happens to walk past at the time.
Does that happen?
Don't know, I got out of the life before it happened.
I've kissed many few officials. With my foot!
My fucking god.
I more meant in terms of the military respect. Is there a large force there? Or?
It is a fort that we will be going to, but as I said, it is sympathetic towards the pirate cause because it is run by my father. Well, at least it was when I left. Whether that's changed or not, I cannot testify to.
Do you have has Typhus been keeping tabs on what's happened back home
He's
in his years on sea?
he's listened if he's heard mention of it surreptitiously, but he's never actively sought out the information.
Okay,
So he probably would have heard if there's been a change of government, but he probably is my thinking. But
So what you do know, and I won't make you roll because it's obviously history, personal history for you, is that while your father is very sympathetic to the pirate cause and very sympathetic to the life at Rockcliffe, it's very much just your father and a handful of people. It's not like the whole of the port is set up to help it. It's like you said, your mother's family that has got the station, and your father is running it, but he has maybe 1 or 2 crews that have helped him out.
I was going to say,
Oh, right, okay.
it's not a pirate port. But it might be wise not to be flying pirate flags when we go in, because they might just attack on sight, but neutral colours. Or equally, initially we're not going to be going in for a full raid. I'm assuming we'll be going to do some reconnaissance.
I would say then I would be happy to follow Typhus's plan. We fly neutral colours and approach in peace for this one. We need allies at this point, not more enemies.
Captain Zho-Zho, if I may. We need to stand up to the bullies.
We also need to go with some good credibility for the ones that are wanting to go against the pirate cause captain. So if we are to free the people of Rockcliffe and clear the blockade, we might earn some points in the bag, you would say, for anyone who sympathises with our cause, which could be of benefit.
So the way I see it is that these 2 have both put something on the table, and these 2 have backed 1 each. So it's going to be very much Zho-Zho's call. Would you like
I'm
to?
not saying we don't do Typhus.
It's just about next. It's just about what's there.
All the way I see it is heading towards Typhus's home. There may be people that aren't sympathetic towards us, but that's all we'll have to deal with. If we go back, we don't know how much of a force the Obsidian Federation has behind it at this point in time.
Would you like to roll insight into the situation as a whole?
While all this is going on, I've been trying to best reflect on how I've been sat as to how Zho-Zho is sat trying to play. Fingers in his eyes, contemplating. At this point, he has now removed all of his helmet face gear. Just
Yeah.
So we'll roll insight.
Yeah, roll insight.
19.
19. Very, very good roll. So the situation is this: there's basically two trains of thought. You have the spyglass. You are very much on this trail to find whatever Rashton McCree has left in this fabled treasure. That's going to be the route to take you via Typhus' home and where that goes. The wording of the lore of the legend was that it would change the face of the planet forever. You also have the option to go down Matryn's route and try and take out these three ships that are blockading the main port of Rockcliffe. Given the amount of horses, seahorses. We always come back to Mr. Nimbus. Given the way what you saw in the town, in the city of Rockcliffe, and the way you left, instinct sort of says, while you are a very, very good pirate crew, probably taking on 3 fully stocked war galleons of one of the most powerful forces on the seas, on your own, might not be the best course of action. However, everything that Matryn said is right. If you were to able to take them down, you would probably boost morale in the city, one of the things that Chiron said that was lacking, boost the opinions of the people in the city, and boost almost... And I know Zho-Zho's not going to try and claim to be king, but if you were, you would win. You would have then the favour of the people as the captain that stopped this invasion of the Obsidian Federation before it began. However, there's 3 fully manned war galleons parked outside. New Dawn's not small, but it's not 3 fully manned war galleons. Whereas if you go to Port Mandalay, you're not sure at all of what's going to happen there. Like Chiron has said, you could turn up and fly under safe colours, get there, try and get on there and try and politic your way in. That might not work. It's very much 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. So it depends where you are leaning.
Can we say this is a bit short rest as well?
You can short rest, yes.
Well, Zho-Zho would like to ask everyone to go and perform a long rest for the evening.
Okay, you've got the evening off to long rest, guys.
How long?
I would request everyone goes and gets a good night's sleep. Rest up. We've had a turbulent time. I will have a decision for you all in the morning.
In which case, Typhus is going to, as we leave, grab Chiron and go, you're fairly good at crafting and you might have something lying around. Perchance would you have some sort of mask that I could borrow for this adventure? Because even as a child I was quite distinctive, and maybe me returning to town in a public manner might not be beneficial for us. So just whether you can make me one, or whether you can, or get one of the crew to make me one, or whether you've got something lying around that would work. I wasn't thinking something quite as extreme as Matryn's one, because that might be a bit noticeable.
Would we have anybody on the ship who makes like equipment?
You have somebody on the ship as part of your team of, like you're the shipwriters heading up that team, who can say so because of the masts and stuff, so you might be able to put something together.
I was thinking if we had like a big the ship's wood, if we had like a wood carver or something, a wooden mask or something.
Yeah, as a part of your crew of the shipwright team, then yeah, there's probably some sort
There's
of
people I
carpenter.
can call on
Yeah.
kind of thing, yeah.
Hence I came to you.
Then it's a minor request, yes. I'll ask some of my team. I'll confer with a couple of them, see what we can come up with. Did you have any specifics in mind, or
Nondescript.
nondescript?
Book it.
Nondescript but functional. I want to be able to see, ideally.
Why is he wearing that bucket on his head?
Bucket
He's
with
fuck
eye
ugly,
holes.
that's why.
So he's fuck ugly. Excellent. Anyone else doing anything for the evening before we?
As Cauld goes, I'm guessing you're just going to get up and kind of go straight away. Like Matryn's just going to kind of follow him like a lost puppy, just trying to keep getting his attention.
Wow, what a change in character you've had in 6 episodes.
Like he's really trying to make this up to like, because he could see like the hurt and the anger and everything. He's really trying to make it, and he's like trying to be this different person so Cauld will forgive him. And like he's just following him like a lost puppy, just being like, Cauld, what are you doing tonight, Cauld? Cauld, do you want to go make some food together? Cauld!
It's a bit of a simp, isn't
He
it?
turns around and says, just because you feel sorry doesn't mean I have to forgive you. I'm not going to forgive you to make you feel better.
Matryn just stands there.
And he walks off.
Just like,
He left you standing on your own.
and I'm like, just like, just goes back to his quarters.
You fade down for the evening.
Long rest.
Long rest, yeah, you get a long rest. Zho-Zho, roll me.
I was just going to say quick, before the long rest, could I have conferred with my team about something for...
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can see. Yeah.
So what I'd probably ask is if we can make him some sort of like cowl, like a hood, but also the wood
I
carver.
was going to say that I've already got a hood on my.
Oh, you've already got one. Okay,
On my-
then scratch that.
Just pull that down then.
Yeah,
No,
I was
what I was-
thinking blue skin's quite obvious.
I
I was
was-
going to say
Oh, it is.
I
Yeah.
was going to ask the wood carver to fashion you like a wooden mask or something that
It's
you
a
can wear
plague
under your
mask.
cowl as well.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Awesome.
Oh, I was thinking more the Dragon Priest mask from Skyrim, but
Yeah, sort of along the lines of that, you know.
Zho-Zho, next morning, it is up to you where the crew goes next.
Yeah, I thought you was going to get me to props.
No, I was, and then I wasn't.
You're attacked in the night.
Oh, in the night though, Cauld would have got some old bed sheet or something and just ashed it up
Mm-hmm.
into like a grey blackish and made it like a bandana.
I was gonna see what you wanted to do with that bandana.
I don't know why, but I thought you were just going to be there like in that film where that person's being really creepy and they're just twiddling with the necklace, turning the light on and off. You're just doing that with fire in your hand, like...
Wouldn't be turning the light on. The light is very much on in Cauld's room.
Yeah, there's never dark in the kitchen or Cauld's room.
Zho-Zho, it is up to you. As the captain of the crew and the leader of this party, do you remain on your current heading and go to Port Mandalay? Or at least get towards Port Mandalay so you can see what the situation might be there? Or do you attempt to liberate Rockcliffe?
Can I get a message to the ship?
If you can try and tell me how, don't believe.
Can't one of these two communicate message?
I was about to say,
I've got
if
animal
he
messenger.
can conjure an animal
Yep.
Yeah.
that can transmit a message.
Oh my god, we're getting into patronesses. Yes, you can do that.
I'm not trying to patronise you.
No, patroness.
Oh, sorry, I thought you said.
It's in Harry Potter. But not in Hogwarts Legacy.
I
It's not in the game.
just... Big Zho-Zho will be somewhat aware of what I can do,
Yeah.
can't do. I have Animal Messenger as a spell.
Mm-hmm.
I summon a tiny beast, like a bird or something,
Yep.
and it lasts for 24 hours and can cover 50 miles in that time. And it can, you specify a location which you must have visited and the recipient who matches a general description. That's going to be a drawback.
If it's in the ship before.
Hmm?
Has he been in the ship before?
Would that count
No,
as
because
a
the captain
location?
is, because we put the captain.
Yeah, would that count?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
could.
Such as a man or woman dressed in the uniform of the Town Guard, or you can give it specifics basically.
Yes.
You also speak a message of up to 25 words. The target beast travels for the duration of the spell towards a specified location, covering about 50 miles per 24 hours for a flying messenger, or 25 for a ground. When a messenger arrives, it delivers your message to the creature that you described, replicating the sound of your voice. The messenger speaks only to a creature matching the description you gave, So, if, for example, if the captain died and we didn't know, then it wouldn't talk to anyone
Yep.
else. If the messenger doesn't reach its destination before the spell ends, the message is lost and the beast makes its way back to where you cast the spell.
Yeah, you can send that to send a message to your other ship.
I use a spell slot of 3rd level or higher, the duration of the spell increases by 48 hours for each slot above second. So there'd be 24 plus 48, so 72.
Yeah, you can use that to send a message to the ship. What message are you sending to the other ship?
Got 25 words. Hi guys, how you doing?
So to be fair, I was about to say in the war and that they used to have short transmissions.
Stop. You used to have to stay in words.
Stop.
You did when you sent telegram. You used to have to use the word stop instead
I
of
was
full
about
stop.
to add that when I did the message.
Remember, it's going to speak in your voice anyway.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, you're right. It's fine. Take your
I
time.
was-
Take your
I
time.
was going to say,
words.
can we assume that ships, obviously as experienced as pirates and that, would be able to navigate to certain coordinates themselves?
Yeah. That ship is fully, maybe not as equipped or manned as yours is, but it has. When you left it, you didn't just go, right, you're the captain, you lot go with him. You were like, right, we'll take one of Cauld's team, we'll take one of.
So it's not fully manned ship, is it?
It's manned enough. It's not like it's not like 4 people. It's a full crew.
Okay.
I make pop.
Do you want to use that on the messenger?
2
Yeah,
days.
yeah, we'll be definitely using the
Maybe that.
messenger.
Oh no, about 4.
I'm just trying to think of the right
3,
words
4,
to
yeah.
give it.
Hey, babe.
So
Just put you up.
the messenger, who dis?
Just question mark.
Yeah, you eat and then I'll do that.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
You up? What you wearing?
Wish I was on your ship.
Nothing, just laying around. Matryn and Cauld are being dicks.
Yeah. You up? What you wearing? Please refer to me as Daddy.
Master. I am the master of this ship.
I'm the captain now.
Daddy Cauld. Cauld, not Daddy.
That he knows of. What? What?
That he knows of?
Yeah.
Pretty sure there's a version.
I'm good.
We're good?
Let's face it, would rather Cauld be a dad than Matryn.
So we're conjuring the messenger.
Yeah.
The message given to it will be Aid Rockcliffe.
Yep. No, I'll stop.
Although stop won't be in it,
Yeah.
I'd like to emphasise that they'll be given
Oh,
phrases.
stop. You're running out.
Yeah, so basically what's happened is...
So, right then, guys. Right, another messenger.
I was just going to say, like, if you think of it like the things in
ETO.
Harry Potter, the talking letters,
Yeah.
they're a bit like
Howlers.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Okay.
it'll be your voice, so just you talk
Okay.
like normal.
Aid Rockcliffe. Run interference. Rescue survivors. Don't die.
Okay.
8 words.
They
the
res-
script if you want.
Not that you would know, but they've received your message and have comprehended and will make way to Rockcliffe. What are you doing?
As is inevitable, I can't please everyone. Hopefully, Matryn and Cauld, you appreciate what I have tried to do for the overarching cause of Rockcliffe. We will maintain our heading to Port Mandalay. We will approach under the cover of night, under neutral colours. It should give us enough time to perceive, hopefully, the situation ahead. Typhus, have we thought about the rather glaring situation of your blueness?
We have. I
was just going to say, as it's the next day, will the mask and that be done? Or?
was going to say we've got a few days travel.
It will be ready by the time you get there.
Okay.
I was going to say, Chiron and his
Yes, I have spoken to my team. We are arranging something.
I will be hooded up and masked up, so that way it'd be hopefully with your presence as well, Captain, who will be fully masked. I should hopefully not question a masked stranger. You also have to remember I did leave this town 10 plus years ago when I was still a teenager, so I'm a bit... Recognising me on sight will probably be more difficult than without the blueness.
Start to see life.
To be fair, I think it would be better to conceal Typhus's identity till we reach his father.
No,
So word does not reach his mother and her.
And she can run interference, yes.
we will pursue this idea of keeping Typhus concealed. As he rightly points out, he won't be the only one whose face is covered. So, if I maintain my normal appearance, then it shouldn't appear too out of character.
Captain, I'll make sure to wear my mask as well so it looks quite normal for us.
If push comes to shove, Typhus, it might be harder for you if we have to adorn our normal faces. We run by this story. It is obvious that me and Matryn were ours as decorative, as ornaments, as symbols. Typhus wears his due to an illness. That is what we will say. Should anyone question, he is ill. Hence the mask. He is deformed, and we're doing everyone a favour by keeping that mask on. We will approach under the cover of night. We will fly.
Take 2d8 confidence damage.
Yeah, but I know it's fake.
We will fly neutral colours. I expect rest during the day, ready for shifts at night. I'll need all the eyes, all the minds at my disposal to see and comprehend what we're sailing into. Once we've analysed through the night, I expect probably a full 24-hour shift from the night into the day, and we will approach that city. Typhus, when we approach, it might be you that has to take the lead as to where we go, who we look for, and what we do or do not do.
Well, my first thought is as we usually do, and as most people usually do when they get to a new port, is head to the tavern. As I am one of the few friends I had while there. Hopefully will be around the local tavern. If not, probably would be able to find out where they are, and they will be one of the few people who would be hopefully willing to aid us in our time there, as they did aid me in getting out of there. As one of the few people in that port I trust.
Plan going forward will be to follow Typhus's lead on his lead of his contact. Now we will enter the port, as I say, under neutral colours. However, I think it is best that we wear our normal equipment and don our normal weaponry. Again, what we will say if asked, we are flying neutral colours because we are sellswords who are currently between missions.
I'm able to sell swords, some would say captain.
Shut up, Matryn. We will say we're between missions, sell swords with nothing more than shore leave. That should buy us some time.
Everyone happy? Okay. So at that, we will leave the council room as the camera sort of fades away. There's similar thing it did to the last council, and as we see the ship head towards its destination across the sea, as the camera pans away right in the distance, the ship being more than a pinprick on the screen, we can see Port Mandalay in the distance, almost light up in a different sort of time zone. It might be a bit more night there, and we will end the episode there. Thank you guys for joining me at the table once again. Thank you guys for watching. We've noticed there's quite a few more of you, which is making us happy. We will be back in 2 weeks with episode 7 of Deadfire: A New Dawn, and until then, see you later.
Bye.